You're listening to Independent TV 7. Kindly click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV 7. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get more notification. Thanks for watching. Yeah, good morning and good afternoon and good evening, my people, depending on wherever you are watching from or where you are listening from. You're listening to Independent TV 7 as it is. The article of today says some ox don't want to see Igbo bounce back politically. This is coming from Amechi. Is the chief. Nbazulike Amechi is a nationalist and Minister of Aviation in the First Republic was then. In this interview with Uchenna, he speaks on the recent visit of some Igbo leaders to President Muhammadu Buhari, the marginalization of the Southeast, a growing tempo of violence in the country, and the clamor for a Nigerian president of Igbo extraction, among other issues. According to questions, you led some Igbo leaders to President Muhammadu Buhari recently. What was the visit all about, and what should the people of the Southeast expect as the outcome of the visit? A few days ago, I led a small delegation of selected Igbo leaders to see the president of Nigeria on the growing tempo of violence in Nigeria, especially in the northern part and the southeast, which concerns us. The president was happy to receive our delegation, and our discussions were frank, sincerely, and all targeted at finding peace and true reconciliation. We are expecting a positive result. And by God's grace, Buhari would definitely, attend to our cry. Definitely, as we, expect a positive result. In Anambra and Imo, you will like to see what is happening there. According to what I know, I appeal to all to respect my age and let me help to make peace before returning to my maker. And that is what he said. He says, according to how they went to Buhari, and also Buhari, received them happily, and they also were very, very happy. Definitely, in their last discussion, he says the president was happy to receive our delegation, and our discussions were frank, sincere, and all targeted at finding peace and true reconciliation. We are expecting a positive result, and I have come to Ebonyi State to brief Governor Dave Umahi, who is the chairman of Southeast Governors Forum, and seek their support in our constituency and also our efforts to find a lasting peace. I am deeply worried and pained by the news, by the new spate of violence in which some policemen and civilians were said to be killed. Yeah, that is what I'm saying. I am appealing to all who may be involved in these crimes to please cease fire and give us peace, and give peace a chance, whether they are indigenous or indigenous people of Biafra, or any movement of the actualization of sovereign state of Biafra, or they might be unknown or known or politically motivated. I don't know, but what I believe is we should give peace a chance, and also reconcile our differences. As the only surviving member of the government of the First Republic, I appeal to all to respect my age and let me help to make peace before returning to my maker. That's what he said. I am trying to bring peace and freedom to Igbo land. Today in Igbo land, from Abakaliki to Enugu, I know when it used to be 45 minutes drive. Today, if you have no escort, it takes you about an hour and a half before you get to checkpoint. And in Anambra and Imo, you would like to see what is happening there. People travel and also in panic and in fears. One of the discussions I had with President Muhammadu Buhari was the effect of Nnamdi Kanu's detention and the whole situation, and how it should be handled to reconcile the Igbo side of this country, who were in the leadership of the struggle for independence and creation of the country, with the rest of the country. They have been isolated since the war ended. They are not given positions in the country, and the economy is being destroyed. The only seaport at Port Harcourt is closed because it is close to Indigo. People are suffering because people are in hell. after your visit to the president. Somebody pointed out that you talked about the federal government handling over Nnamdi Kanu to you, but you did not expatiate on the gimmicks or issues being raised by these state actors headed by Nnamdi Kanu over the marginalization of the southeast and how Igbo can dialogue with the federal government. What is your reaction to this? Well, he says the people who are saying that are putting their horse before the cart, that withdraw it. That means they have not really, gotten the right information. Marginalization had been always there, but it is not being discussed and cannot be solved in a violent way. It is when we have this young man out that we will have a dialogue. Dialogue is the only thing. It can make people solve their problems, and that was how we applied it in our time. You give and you take. Against the backdrop of your position on dialogue, what is your message to the youth? It says, I, myself, and me, myself. My message at the moment, particularly when Igbo are on the receiving end, is for them to use the Igbo sense and the Igbo mindset, because silence is golden. There is one weakness some Igbo people have. What you will do tomorrow, you say it today. If you do it tomorrow, it is no longer news. If you don't do it tomorrow, the shame is yours. So the best thing is for us to use our sense and walk silently well in Igbo land. God has given Igbo land the blessing of men and women who are hardworking, who are self-reliant, and education is very high in our esteemed place. So with proper management, with proper discipline, we will come back to the original position of Igbo in Nigeria. A president of Southeast extraction has remained elusive. As an elder statesman, what are your position on the 2023 presidency and your recommendations on the character of who should be the next president? He says, first of all, without missing word, let me take you back to history. Igbo lost a bright chance of producing the president of Nigeria in 1979. Dr. Nbazulike called me in April 1978 and told me, as his field man in his time, to go back to Nigeria and tell them that he wanted to come back to politics. I went to Lagos. I contacted Shehu Shagari and asked him, how do we work together to get this done? Shagari summoned two other people from the north, Shatima Ali Munguno and Sunday Awuniyi from Kwara State. Then I went with Nbazulike Okafor and Dennis Ozrebe. We were holding meetings in Lagos at the residence of Shehu Shagari, and I was reporting to Zik until we eventually agreed on the platform. The National Party of Nigeria, which is NPN, that Zik will be the presidential candidate, while Shagari will be his running mate. So I came back and reported to Zik, and he said, that's good. It is the emirs in the north who determines. Are you sure they will not knock it off? So I went back to Lagos and told Shagari this is the fear of the old man. He said, of course, we were in consultation with the emirs. Then the following week, the Sultan of Sokoto sent the emir of Zaria to Zik at Nsukka that the entire emirs in the north are in support of what the politicians are planning. Again, Zik said, what about the soldiers? The soldiers may take up the government again if I run. I asked him, Owele, if they kill you now, did they kill you early? I went back to Lagos and told Shagari that this is what Zik is saying about the army. Shagari asked, does that man really want to be president? Okay, I will get in touch with the army. Come back in the evening, we will have dinner. That evening, I went back to his house in Victoria Island, and Theophilus Danjuma came. Danjuma was the chief of army staff then, so the three of us had dinner, and Shagari told Danjuma about the fear Zik expressed. Danjuma said, no, but this is the real man we want. This is the type of person that we want, that will bind this country together. I can't go to Nsukka because if I go back to Nsukka, the press will catch me. All right, go back and tell Zik that I am going to Calabar on Saturday to Army Sport, and I will make a speech at the Army Sport, and in this speech I will send a message to him. On that day, Danjuma went to Calabar and made a speech. He said, I am reassuring the nation that the army is ready to hand over finally to civilian government and return to barracks, but they must warn that the person that they will hand over to must be an elder binding person in this country, will not be a person who will come and cause trouble again, must be a true father of the nation. Suddenly, Jim Nwobodo lost nomination with honor in the party and went back to Nigeria People's Party (NPP) and told Zik, dump whatever arrangements come to NPP. NPP is our home party. Igbo party, we will put you in government. Suddenly, Zik changed his mind. He changed his mind and made announcement that a plan for his birthday in November 1978 in Enugu is cancelled, and it was that day he was to be presented to the nation. A motion to be moved by Maitama Sule from Kano to be seconded by Anthony Enauro from the west. Then I speak last from the east. I went back to him on the 17th of November and asked Exik what happened. And he told me, Jim came to me that I should go back to my people and I don't want to go to a party where Adisa Akinloye will be the national chairman, and I don't want to belong to the same party with K.O. Mbadiwe because of what Mbadiwe did to me. In my book, in which I wrote the history of Nigeria, you will see where I said Zik made Jim Nwobodo governor and he made himself president. So that was what happened in that birthday party that was aborted. Osadebe came, it was aborted, and he went to Zik's house, but they did not allow him to see Zik. So that's the story. But notwithstanding, this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. I would like you to share your comment in the comment section because it's so very, very long. You just relax and wait for the part 2. What next?